Hello. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're here with an online auction where we're going to be featuring some of our new products. They haven't even hit the shelves. They've hit this table for you guys. You're the first ones to see them and the first ones to have access to them tonight. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I've been working on them for a lot of years, collecting the gemstones, doing the channeling, having the experiences, and it was just time they needed to come out. So, yay. Samantha's here with us. Samantha teaches all of our courses, and she's been doing crystal healing and energy work, diet, nutrition, exercise therapy, sound therapy for years and years now. So I'm so pleased to have her with us. And Melanie has been on this express train for years as well. She kind of keeps us in line and is often the one to point out, when we have these crazy visions or fantasies, where we're going or what we're going to do with them or how they connect into the real world. So thank you to Mel for being here. Awesome. Okay. Anybody have anything they'd like to say? Oh, just a second. And of course, in the background, we have Christoph. So he's gonna be taking orders and writing notes, and you can ask any of us questions if you have them while we're going. But yeah, let's get started. So for everyone who chimes in right away or listens to this, we do have a mini opening gift. And these are always so popular. We have our little mini protection and sparkle sprays. So this is a 2 ml product, and I just wanted to start off the show tonight with them because the size, let me just show you. They're just a little purse size, and so you can just use it and refill it with your big bottle when you go out. And honestly, you should probably never go to a family get-together, school event, Christmas party, funeral, wedding without one of these in your purse. So yeah, I'm just so everyone who shows up tonight will be getting one of these. Um,
I would also say the protection spray is like fabulous for flying.
oh yes, it took us a while to get into it, and we do not get on an airplane without it. And it's not just, it is great for motion sickness, but the other thing that it's really good for is just airports, the energy of an airport when you're dealing with people from all different cultures, all different time zones, all different amounts of hours they've been in an airport. It's just like a melting point of energy, and it can be a lot to deal with. Yeah.
It's my number one seller. I can't ever keep it.
Yeah, so we had to laugh the other week because Samantha was heading to a trade show and she had no protection spray, and I had no protection spray. And we're kind of wondering how we're navigating this world of frequency without it. And so she went to the trade show and promptly sold out of everything that she had just received in her order. So yeah, I used to have a slogan that went out with it, and it was just "Don't leave home without it." So just the big bottles in case anyone's interested. So we have the Black Knight, which is black tourmaline and tiger's eye, smoky quartz, and pyrite. And which is kind of important because smoky quartz is one of the gemstones that we're going to be featuring quite heavily tonight. And it's kind of weird. I mean, you can have gemstones for a long time, but not really fully know or understand them. And then all of a sudden you're called to them and you get a wake up call and you're like, wow, that's what they do. You're like, how have I lived this long without it? So, and then the Stars of Light spray. So this is our cleansing, charging, and purifying spray. It's got herkimer in it, halite salt, which is another product we're featuring tonight, and diamond and clear quartz in it. So it's really great when you just protection will help you set up an energetic barrier so that stuff can't get through and you'll push back against it. And the sparkle spray is just like to clear your auric field or your treatment room or your yoga space. Yeah.
Yeah, they're super cool. Am
Christoph,
I
did you want,
quiet, Jacqueline?
pardon?
Am I really quiet?
Yes. Can you speak up with your loud voice?
Yes, I will figure out how. I was just saying they're very cool. Sorry, I don't know how I'm doing here.
And how it came about actually. So I had the protection, or we were in a mall and it was Christmas time on the 23rd or something. And I was losing my mind because of the energy of everybody in the mall. And Christoph came and stood beside me at the railing, and all of a sudden it was like poof, gone. And I looked at him, I said, "What the heck did you just do?" And he goes, "I don't know, I just helped you." And I said, "Well, it's good because it's gone." But I said, "I want to be mad." I said, "I'm really upset about this." And the thing with Christoph is some people are good at feeling energy and working with the finite little bits of it, which is where I would fall. And other people are good at blocking and deflecting and protecting. So Christoph was heavily instrumental in the creation of the protection spray because he really has an understanding for what it takes to deal with the negative energy that not all of us are cut out for dealing with.
Yeah, that's definitely not you sometimes.
Yeah. Does anyone want to share a protection story or anything about that?
I find for myself, people, a lot of people who purchase it are nurses actually that work in hospitals.
Yeah.
And one of my first experiences with it is I had a very dear friend um, purchase it, or we were trying it out, and I have everyone read the beautiful words that you have on the bottle, the words of intention and the affirmation. And so I invited her to spray it, and she's like, "Well, where should I spray it?" I'm like, "Where do you think you need to spray it?" And she's like, "I need to spray it on my feet." And I was really new to the sprays and the remedies. And I'm like, well, if you want to spray your feet, spray your feet. And it just made so much sense. We pick up things through the bottoms of our feet and the comings and goings all the time. So her practice was spraying her feet when she left the house and then sprays her feet before she comes back into her home. So she doesn't bring anything back in. I don't know. I loved it. I think it's my favorite story. Oh, yeah, that's probably my favorite story with protection.
That's
It's
cool.
interesting you say that because I had a gentleman who owned a crystal store and also did mediumship work and energy work. And that was exactly how he used it. He sprayed his feet before he left for work and then when he got home to cleanse them. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
What about your other story? Do you want to share that one?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, called you once. I was at work and I was sort of having a day, and I was asking you for some advice on how to use the protection spray, and you said I could definitely use it and probably save me from losing my job that day. It protected others from me. And the
That's
Starlight is so good. I love, recharging my crystals with them. If I is just one way that you can recharge them, reset them. And I love it for rooms, if I'm going to do some treatment or a session with somebody to spray the room with a Starlight. And I just love the scent of that one. Is it sorrow that's in that one?
yeah.
It's like one
Yeah.
of my favorite smells. So not only, energetically does it help, but it also like, I don't know. I just love the smell.
Yeah, with nurses, I had a lot of nurses use it as well. But my cutest story with a nurse is one day, there's a woman and she had a spray at home and she had a spray that she kept in her locker at the hospital and that ran out. And she forgot to bring her one from home. And she ran in like a tornado into the store and she ran over to the testers and she goes, "I'm late for work, but I just need your protection spray." She says, "I ran out, but I can't do a shift at the hospital without it." And she just and ran out the door, like less than 2 minutes total. So yeah, that was kind of cute. And my old location was by this courthouse as well and lots of people from the courthouse would come on their breaks and spray. So
Hmm.
yeah, basically, I mean, if you ever leave the house, you need it. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this simmer pot, and I've featured these before. I like to shop local, and I have so many people that I love to support, and I love their products. And this is Keely's Kitchen and Garden, and she just makes these simmer pots, and so you throw them on your stove and let them boil, and the vapors go in and help cleanse your space. So this is for home blessing, which I thought was perfect to start tonight. And it has apple, star anise, cinnamon, cloves, citrine, and sea salt. So this is $10. So if anyone would like to purchase it, they can just let us know, put it in the chat along with number. It's number 1. And Christoph will take your name down for that.
Yes, I was just typing it into the chat, but you were faster than I was.
Oh, perfect. And with that, she also does these lovely spoons. And so they're made out of bamboo. And this is a gratitude spoon.
Neat.
So with the gratitude spoon, the hydrangea and symbol on the spoon embody gratitude. Stir your morning beverage clockwise while asking the universe to help you focus on thankfulness for today. And I really love this combined with the home blessing, because it's just, I think, a lovely thing, sorry, I just want to say for anyone joining, we are recording this session. So if you do not want to be on screen, you can just, chime in verbally. But if you would like to be part of the recording, then we'd love to see you as well. So we were in Mexico in April building houses for people that didn't have homes. And it just sort of gave us a new appreciation for everything that we have. And we're going through a renovation in our own house, and so life has been a little bit crazy. Christoph does not believe in turning heat on in the house in May, and it's been -7 every night. So it was cold all morning. And finally I said, Christoph, I said, come on, can I just please have a little heat? And he says, it's going up to 20 this afternoon. And I said, yes. I said, but it's -7 right now. So maybe next time I could have just had tea with my gratitude spoon. So this is $8. If you are interested in the gratitude spoon, you can type it in the chat and let Christoph know. I was just the first item was the home blessing simmer pot, so that's what went with it. And why not? We're just, the little giveaway this time is mini protection or sparkle sprays. So yes, you can expect to get one of those. Okay, so next we have also homemade this tea towel that's been crocheted at the top. And I just think it's really nice when you're at home, you spend a lot of time in your kitchen. And so it's always nice to have nice things. And I know when I go to Samantha, she's got lots of really cool tea towels because her daughter crochets and she also knows lots of people. So the tea towel, and then we're going to throw in a little mini shelter-rated spray, which is the one that we took down to Oaxaca, Mexico, and did as fundraisers to pay for the trip and the home that went to this Mexican family down there. So that goes with it. Regular price of $15, and we are doing both for $10 tonight. So that is lot 3, the tea towel and mini sheltered spray. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say about the sheltered spray? So this has a base of red jasper and also ammonite, which is a Canadian, well, ammonite is a Canadian gemstone. Ammonites are found in several locations throughout the world, and they don't have the vibrant colors. And the reason that we've chosen ammonite for this spray is because shell-turreted comes from the word about shellfish and turtles. And the reason that they're present in this spray is because they carry their homes on their back, which is a really nice way of living. Fits into sort of the tiny home movement, because that way you can always make sure that you have a shelter and you are living in a home that is the right size for what you need it to be in terms of not having a whole bunch of extra stuff. So yeah. And Manuka honey is Manuka tea tree is the scent for that. There's also a lot of fox energy in it because foxes take over the dens of other animals. And so it's just this thought and feeling that with our homes, we need to, when we are giving them up or passing them on, chances are someone else is going to come into them, and we need to be mindful of like how homes get passed on through generations, or the other people coming in, or the fact that we might sometimes need to change homes situations. So this is my remedy to address homelessness, but it's also for realtors. It's for young couples buying their first home It's for older people downsizing or moving to retirement communities. It's for blended families coming in and sharing a home. There's just so many uses for this spray. So if you're not homeless or you're not buying a house, don't think don't think you don't need this spray. I did interior decorating for a number of years and staging, and I also taught classes in feng shui and decluttering. So it's also about making your space the most beautiful it can be, the most useful it can be, the least cluttered it can be, and just really having it work for you energetically. So that would be number 4, or sorry, yeah, no, that was number 3 with the tea towel. But we also have a couple left over from Mexico. So these are part of our master's line. And normally the price of the minis with the master line is $50. And we are blowing these out for 25. So, or sorry, 35. We have 2 of them left. So if you would like the shell turreted mini spray, it's $35 tonight. And yeah, so shelter is a sanctuary for my soul. It protects, nourishes, and sustains my relationships and myself. And one of the crystals in here is brick, and it's to do with the 3 little pigs. And we can live in houses of straw or sticks, but ultimately maybe we want a house of brick. And so it's also about your castles. The turrets come in for that. And sometimes we need a shelter that's, bigger or more substantial because we have things with our life that we need to do. We have a fairly large home at this point because all of our business operations take place out of our home, and I'm really grateful that Spirit provided us with this space for that.
Right.
Next up, so that was number 4, if anyone would like. So now, finally, at long last, the smoky quartz. So Samantha was saying airports, and the black tourmaline was always our go-to in airports, but was actually paired in the protection or the black night blend. And so that was really interesting because smoky quartz is actually part of that blend. And now that I'm using the smoky quartz more, I'm wondering how much of the effectiveness of the black night spray is related to the black tourmaline and how much is to the smoky quartz.
Right.
And so when I'm working with the crystals or channeling, I get the downloads and information, and I also get the scenarios, and then I do the clearing and the energy work around it. And by the time they go into the remedy, the crystals and the experiences are very charged and very interconnected. And this one has not been on the shelves that long. So screen shadow mask, and I sprayed it and I started singing. And my voice is not so lovely, and I'm not so musically inclined. And the fact that I was singing and then singing at the top of my lungs was actually shocking to me. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And at that point, I realized that the spray we're going to be featuring next, the Cabernet, has smoky quartz in it. And it was already linking and pulling in the energies of it. And I cannot use this spray without singing. And I make up songs, and I sing to my cats, and I sing to my neighbors, and I sing to my remedies. It doesn't matter. There's a song for it. And every single song I'm singing is totally made up. So, yeah. So another thing is privacy is important to me. Anonymous and concealed, I'm shrouded in secrecy. So the thing that's really cool about this is we've been watching the Harry Potter series again, and this is your cloak of invisibility. And I think the reason that you can sing or you can show yourself or you can go out in public is there's a veil. And it's you can see through it, right? But it helps cleanse and it helps protect so you don't feel so exposed. And that is a really lovely thing with this spray. Anyone have any thoughts, questions, shares?
I just have a question. You know how quartzes tend to amplify surrounding gemstones or gemstones that you pair them with? Does smoky quartz do anything interesting? I've never really thought about it, but I'm assuming it must. But what would it be? Would it be kind of a secretive amplification that you don't really know is going on? Or I don't know, just a thought I was thinking about.
I'm hearing Samantha needs to answer that. So sorry to put you on the spot, Samantha, but
So for smoky quartz, amplifying things, well, I think it would amplify within the veil that it creates for the person that's using it.
Mm,
Ooh.
That's what
mm,
comes to me, as opposed to, yeah, amplifying the person who's using, amplifying the things that needs to be amplified for the person that's using it, as opposed to for other people's usage.
right.
That doesn't, that's just
I
what's
love
coming
that.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, smoky quartz is also a little bit like fog or mist. And even if you live in a really public place, if you have fog out, all of a sudden there's this concealment and you could, go to get your cat in your night dress or something. And, there's not the same sort of fear or worry that people are going to see you in quite the same way when you have that bit of a buffer zone. And so I think you're totally right. The things that you need to do that you would normally be cautious or concealed about would be amplified. The
Mm,
secrecy aspect, maybe.
Well, and then within that, you have that freedom, like you had said about, just singing happily, joyfully, making up songs, right? Like I would think that that would be great for anybody, people who, struggle with being in crowds or people who struggle even just with going out of their house or people who don't like to people,
right.
right? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I really enjoy this spray, and that's another one that I have a hard time keeping on the shelves, especially because it's one of the newer ones that have been bottled and available for us to purchase.
Yeah, I'm sure that I was using this when a few months ago, and all of a sudden I started singing Mexican songs. And this is a bit trite because what is a Mexican song? I have no idea. But there was a lot of Chiquita this and Chiquita that, and hip shaking and all sorts of stuff in it for hours. And I was picking up my cats and I was dancing with them and doing bottling. And Christoph comes home and he says, "We need to go to for Mexican food tonight." And this has been said one other time in my adult life, I think. So it was, very, very bizarre. And I was like, what is it about Mexico that's going to be coming, into our life? What are we vibrating? What are we feeling? What are we drawing in? And sure enough, it was like a couple days later, we got the email about going down to Mexico to build these houses. So okay, so this one, number 5. So this is $35 regularly, and we are pairing it with the amethyst straw, which is also $35. And if you buy both, then you get savings of $10, so it's $60. So the amethyst straws, these are the Vitagel straws. It's a really affordable way to drink crystal water and get started. I think if you are going to buy them, the best thing to do is just have the glass on your counter and you just fill it. And as you drink it, you fill it. My mother-in-law is a huge fan of these. She doesn't drink out of to-go cups, but she always has a glass going on her table. And she lives in a home, and the thing with that is I've sold them to several different people in homes. And amethyst is so good for arthritis. It's so good for sleep. It's so good for memory. It's so good for like so many things, right? And we do have a discount program for people in homes. We That's part of our line with the oh, good old Frank and Rosemary, is just the thought that when people get to be a certain age, that we need to adjust pricing for them because when they were working, the prices were a lot different. So we do have special pricing for people, yeah, as they get
Mhm.
up in age with that. So I just love that you can offer someone a straw that can do so much for them. Um,
Right.
yeah. And of course, the amethyst is in our Cabernet spray, which is coming up next. And helps with addictions, helps with drunkenness. So, but it also, I think, helps lighten the mood for people and allows you to open up and have fun and live lively without sort of consuming. I used to go to someone's house and there'd be like, food out and you would just sit there and sort of just like eat, 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 eat. And with amethyst in my life, it's just like you can sit there and visit without just eating constantly. You can enjoy the experience of being there. And I feel like you sort of slow down and enjoy the food that you are eating more as opposed to visiting and eating at the same time. So this is lot, yeah, 5A, 5B, and if you want the combination for $60, 5C. Oh, and they come with, I mean, they plant a tree. It's a bamboo carrying case, so you can throw it in your purse. It's got a little thing for the crystal. Coconut husk, little cleaner for it. So there we go. So before we tell people not to drink alcohol and not to overconsume, we're going to put alcohol in everything, including our red wine jam. So my sister-in-law introduced me to this girl probably 20 years ago and her products. She's called the Booze Artist. And so this is called Chillin' with the Red Wine, and it's $10. So we're just featuring that tonight if anybody would like to purchase that. I'm like, is there even fruit?
What's the fruit in it?
Yeah. It's got a Malbec and cranberry. So that's the flavor.
Sorry, what did you say?
A Malbec wine and cranberries.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
depending on if you're buying it for the Malbec or the cranberries. There you go.
I see.
I think it's just such a unique idea, and she's got so many different flavors. And I mean, Spirit asked me to do a lot of remedies that deal with a lot of really heavy topics and things that can be really overwhelming and really draining. And sometimes, like with the Sanifesto Soleus and with these remedies, it's like we need to be able to have downtime. We need to be able to relax. And we need to do less sort of commercial consumerism. And Spirit is really all about like we need to eat, so let's make food and entertainment activity. Let's do it with friends. Let's enjoy the process. Let's make really good food. Let's eat really good food. And so these remedies are about bringing people together for that purpose. And I'm really hoping that people will find them really lovely, enjoyable, happy remedies instead of, dealing with stuff all the time. Not that they can't deal with stuff, because there's issues that these ones definitely will deal with. So Chilling with a Red Wine Jam, $10. Lot 6 if anybody would like it. Okay, we have a little giveaway, whether or not anybody wants it, because it's for doing dishes. It's a little handmade dish rag.
You skipped one.
Pardon?
You skipped one.
What did I skip?
The
The
important one.
Cabernet. Okay. Well, we'll continue with this because we're here. So the first person to type dishes into the chat will get this little handmade dish rag from Creative Crafts. So anyone want to type dishes into the chat? If you type it in, Christoph, I would be okay with that. Because then it would be yours and not mine. Okay, so 5 years in, here we go. Cabernet.
Oh, Mel's got it.
Ooh, Mel. Okay, so this is the aromatic unwinding. So we spent some time in Italy, and you can't go to Italy and not enjoy the food and the culture and the dining experience. It's just, I mean, they live to do it, and you step over the border into that country, and literally everything changes around it. So this remedy is heavily influenced by our time in Italy, the food that we ate, cookbooks that we've read, meals that we've had, and it's about the entertainment that goes around with it. It opens people up for the social atmosphere. It's got smoky quartz in it, which we discussed earlier. It's got amethyst, which, like I said, can help with sort of food cravings and how much you want to consume, but also your ability to enjoy yourself without it. And garnet. Garnet for the energy levels and the evening and the seduction. And, it's just this kind of smoky, luscious dessert, wine, chocolate, evening soiree, I guess. So, yeah, so excited. I cannot wait for people to start using this. Lively, entertaining, and amusing. Christoph, would you like to talk about amuse-bouche?
An
Anyone here heard of
amuse-bouche?
amuse-bouche?
You want me to talk about an amuse-bouche?
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to think when do it's when in the meal is it usually given, Jacqueline? I think it's fairly
It's right away. It's the first thing that
It's
comes
probably
out.
like yeah, right after you order a drink or something like that. Some of these restaurants that are very much into culinary, I don't know, presentation and like really specifically beautiful routines have these amuse-bouche, which is basically that's French for a tease of your mouth, like teasing your mouth. And so they present you with this little something, and it's just whatever the chef decides to cook or make, and it is usually it's very petite, um, and it's I don't know. It can be anything. Like I don't know. I'm trying to remember which ones we've had. Often it might have some kind of seafood flair in it, or I don't think there's meats in it very often, but like seafood or vegetable kind of flair. But it can be also some crazy things.
Pate,
Yeah, exactly. Can be things like pate or um, I'm trying to think of yeah. I
caviar,
can't. I'm speechless
truffle
right now. Which
stuff.
kind of
It's the
variety?
kind of thing
Just
for a foodie that makes the meal and takes it to the next level. And it's the kind of thing for a non-foodie that makes you just want to order the most basic thing on the rest of the menu.
well, I can scare you.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's usually like Jacqueline said. It kind of amplifies it to another level because you're excited because you're gonna become even more excited about the meal you ordered. So yeah, it's a tease. It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are $70. And we are also doing, which these haven't had a lot of frontage. Vitajoule brought out these the treat series. So this is a vinegar pour. So this is amethyst in it. So you can use it for your balsamic vinegars, but you can also use it for any of your coffee syrups, or some people put simple syrups in it. Basically, whatever you want, red wine vinegar. And yeah, you use it in your kitchen so that you're always getting, a gourmet dose of your amethyst water. So these are $89. And we are doing the pair for 129 instead of 159. So it's a really good deal tonight if you would like to try both of those and start some culinary activity in your kitchen together. So,
Yeah, they're super cool. Their pods are kind of like a mini pod, which is kind of cute. Like they're a
yeah.
smaller version than the water bottles, the Vias.
Yeah. On the email that went out also, if you would just like to do this, we will do this for $10 off with the coupon on the website. And I think we should do this for $10 off too. So if anyone would like to just order this spray tonight based on this, we can do it for $10 off. So you're getting an extra discount if you buy them both, but you'll still get something. Because everybody needs to start whining and dining and having fun.
So may I ask a question? What is the essential oil that is in Cabernet?
Ooh, it is something Samantha may or may not love. It's got cassis in it, and it's got cacao. And I actually was able to source grape essential oil. So it's also grape essential oil. So
Chocolates and grape and cinnamon?
yeah.
No, cassis. That's
Well,
black currant, right? Not
yes.
cassia.
Let me see.
Oh, black currant?
Yes,
What?
blackcurrant. So
I already have a set coming, right?
yes, yes, yours will go out before it goes anywhere else. So
I have a very strong weakness. Strong weakness. The black currant.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes, I love black currants too. Yeah,
anything
they're
black
I
currant.
delicious.
believe it is blackcurrant that Queen Victoria planted all over the grounds of the castle, and it was done during, was it World War I? Don't quote me, I'm so
It
bad at.
can't be World War I. She was dead, dear, but that's
Thank you.
okay.
That's why you're here, to keep me straight with my dates. Everything is just like filtering through the. So anyways, they really realized that there was a shortage of vitamin C. And so they planted all the grounds and they had daily rations for all the children for vitamin C dosages during the war. And ever since that story, I've just kind of, I don't know, there's something about the blackcurrant that I love. And our neighbors have bushes lining their whole thing. So if they ever offer them to me, we will be getting some blackcurrant bud. So Cabernet is 7A, Treat Series Amethyst is 7B, and the combination for 129 is 7C. Okay, these, I'm so excited. There's some products that you just come across and you just get a little bit addicted to and you don't know why. So these are also handmade by a woman in Saskatoon, and they are little snack packs. So they have little zippers and they're kind of like a little bit rubberized inside. So you can put nuts in them or raisins, or I use them all the time for my nieces and nephews. But we went through a period where I really wanted Christoph to be eating like a third of a cup of nuts a day. So I would just pack this for him every morning and he would take it to work with him. It was kind of a cute little ritual. So should we sell them together or separate? They are $8 for the big one and um $6.50 for the little one, so $14.50 for the set. And these ones, like everything from these independent artists, 100% of the money goes directly back to them. Like we don't take a cut or make anything on them. We just want people to find out about them. And so these are $14.50, and we're throwing in a little dropper of lemon essential oil, which is combined with our mushroom orange calcite. So you get that thrown in too. So we can do them together. If someone really just wants one, you can let us know in the chat. So you can say small or large or both. Yeah. So
Is
six
this
fifty for the small, 8 for the large, or $14.50 for both. And if no one wants them, I'm so happy to put these back into my collection. Okay. Questions, comments, thoughts about anything?
So excited for Cabernet.
Yeah.
Way more excited than I thought.
what's your favorite food kind of like worldly food? Like I don't know how to describe it. Like, like Italian or French or some kind of Oriental food, or maybe there's Mexican food or something from maybe like British food.
Actually, if I could eat anything, like there was no restrictions, it would actually be Greek food.
Greek.
Greek. I don't know. As much as I love black currants, I love feta cheese.
Uh,
Do you eat them together?
Oh, not together. Maybe olives and feta cheese. Been found eating them in a jar together. Makes a good snack, some olives and feta cheese. Just
Black currants and yeah, spinach salad with feta is really good.
ooh.
Mhm.
Oh, you, Melanie.
I'm not sure if I have a favorite. I don't know. I like a bunch of different little bits and pieces from everything.
Yeah, that's fine. That's probably a good way to be. Yeah, yeah.
Depends on the day and what the
Depends on the
craving
day.
is.
Yeah. And April, if you want to chime in, to become curious too.
I'm quite partial to Italian food.
Ah,
Although lately I'm really enjoying Mexican food too. So
oh,
I enjoy both the palate flavors there, but Italian's probably my favorite all over. But yeah, I'm really into Mexican lately. So
interesting. Are
yeah,
you a spicy girl? Do you like spicy stuff?
um, somewhat, yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, not
interesting.
the most spice, but I definitely like a little bit of heat for sure.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Italian, I don't know. I like Italian too. But I think I'm like a little bit like Melanie. There's a variety that I enjoy, so not sure if I could say just one. Kind of hard, personally.
We bought some artisan green salsa down in Mexico, and we couldn't really bear to just throw it out. So I don't know if we're allowed to bring it back or not, but we did, and we ate it the last couple nights, and it has some heat to
Yeah.
it. A lot of heat, but it was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We paced ourselves.
Mhm. Okay, so the moss agate. Samantha has had moss agate on her order for I don't know if it's months or years now. Every time she submits an order, she's like, "It's a moss." She's like, "And when you have the moss agate," and she's just so polite about it. And when you have it. So, and when I make the remedy, so when I go back and do the basic ones, basically all the different stones from all the different remedies I've made have gone into it. So like a couple of years ago, we had the heat fairy moss agate in here. We had the oh goodness. We had the long way forward, which is a remedy that's not even out. That moss agate was in here. We had the Jujadores floras in here, but it was not done. It was not done. It was not done. And finally, when we finished the vinograttes, we are allowed to finish the moss agate. So I was channeling, and this little gnome came through. I was just like little and hunched over and cute. And I saw these little hands, and they were just like pouring and mixing and maneuvering energy back and forth through the bottles. And I was like, this is so cool. I'm like, what am I? And I'm like, a gnome. So I'm sure I must have probably experienced gnome energy prior to this, but not that I've been aware of. This is my first introduction to a gnome where they let themselves be known. They're telling me I can share that. Anyway, so I texted Samantha after, and I'm like, I am so excited about this remedy. And I met a little gnome, and the gnome said to me, it was so cute. He says, the reason we are little is because we put all of our energy into growing everything else. We don't keep any of our growing energy for ourselves. And I just almost like my heart just opened up for this gnome, and I thought, wow, like how generous. That's why they're little people, is because everything they give is for growing the plants and the trees and everything. So that was a really beautiful experience with the little gnome. So inspire, trust, and grow are the words on it. I release my burdens, stress, and worries by going outside and reconnecting with nature. So, and this is regularly 35. We're doing it for 30, and we're throwing in a little moss agate crystal. So, yeah. And the other thing about moss agate, which is kind of cute, is it's known as the gardener's stone. And whenever I would come across people, like at a trade show, they would come up and they'd be like, oh, I'm not really into crystals. And they would pick up this. And I'd be like, oh, are you into gardening? Oh, I love gardens. I love flowers. And like there really is a strong connection between the people that are drawn to this and the fact that they associate with gardening and being outdoors as opposed to maybe traditional crystal lovers. I mean, we have those too, but moss agate honestly probably wasn't even on my radar. Like Vita Jewel introduced me to it, and I don't think until Christoph and Samantha I ever, would have had anything to do with it. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful stone. Yeah. So happy to have, I don't know, been properly introduced to it, I guess. So that one, again, the 11A for the spray, and then the the moss agate gemstone is $4 if you want it, but for both of them it's just the $30.
Can I ask what that one sent in with?
Oregano, and I kind of went back and forth, and I was like, I don't know, because I did the labels first and it's oregano, and I think that was to keep me from making it until the vinograttes was done. But I really feel like moss agate wants to be part of it, so we might, I don't know if we'll split the line or we'll combine them at some point, because the mossy oak essential oil is a beautiful, beautiful pairing with it. But this is oregano. So, yeah. So, our vinograttes. So, this is our lemon lady from all of the marketing for tonight. And this pairs with the moss agate treat series. And again, we're doing the same sort of discount. This is regularly $89, $70, $129 if you want both. So yeah, savings of $30, I think. So yeah.
Cool.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing. I'm just listening.
So these two, the pairing of them is so important because this is the entertainment, the wine, the dessert, probably the main course to some extent. This is like the celebration of it. This is how it gets on your table. This is the growing of it, the harvesting of it, the preparation of it, appreciation for soil, appreciation for agriculture. I guess to some extent sitting outside on patios and decks in the summer and enjoying those kind of experience and maybe, more breakfasts and lunches and evening suppers. But they really work so good together in terms of the full meal and how it all gets to a person. So tasty, fresh, and nutritious. Sorry. Yeah, lemon quartz. So these are, it's not just lemon quartz, it's lemon hollandulite quartz. And then for this, the amethyst is actually hollandite amethyst. And they were from an Italian is it volcanologist?
Yeah.
Geologist specializing in volcanoes.
In volcanoes, yeah.
Yeah, and we were beside them at a trade show in another country. And I mean, this was the booth to be at. So actually, the booth beside them was the booth to be at. So we set up a coffee station. We bring an espresso machine to all of our trade shows because it's kind of like a holiday for us. If we're going to be there, we want to enjoy the experience. Well, they had a full bar and a full like coffee making business. And by business, I mean they gave away everything for free. But like if you came in the afternoon, it was coffees for everyone at the booth next to us. If you came in the evening, it was wine for everyone. If you came on a random day, it was food for everyone. And these Italians, like their booth was just like da 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 da, and there was people there all the time, and everybody was like visiting, and it was just like so gregarious and so fun. And so when we got these gemstones, I was like, these are exactly what we need to have. And that was it 2 or 3 years ago? We got that component for this remedy, and it was like we need these because that is the energy and that is the person that we want to embody in this. So another thing is there's another sort of family that we know, and they're the kind of people that host every event, every Easter, every Christmas, every graduation, every Sunday, get together. They're foodies. They have the most beautiful house. They have the most beautiful family. And this wine was bought. So there's wine. It's an organic wine from Pyramid Winery, Summerhill, and red wine in the red, and the other, and also combined with grape alcohol and corn alcohol for the difference. And there was so much channeling that went in 5 years ago to these remedies when they were started based on those events, and something really dramatic was going on with the family. And we just needed a gift, and the gift was the remedies that I made, but it also resulted in the beautiful channeling and the appreciation for everything that they've done for us over the years is kind of another component that went into these remedies. So yeah, I'm so excited. And voles, like this remedy it couldn't be made because there's so many ties into the agriculture remedy. There's ties into the Daniel's Iron soil remedy. It's about like there's halite salt in here. And actually there's so many different kinds of salt. We went to the salt mines in Europe. There's salt from that. There's salt from the Saskatchewan potash mines. There's salt from, every place we go all over the world. We have salt. And not to mention like the rock salt and the salt that the Vitajoule uses in their products, because salt remineralizes the body and you need it in the soil, and the animals need the minerals in it. And my gosh, if you're not eating truffle salt, you need to start, because your life will never be the same, whether it's like popcorn or, I mean, there's basically nothing you can't put truffle salt on. Probably you can put it on your feta and blackberries too. I don't know. But yeah, so this remedy is so inclusive with so many different components, about composting, organic gardening, the vermiculture, sure, the permaculture, sorry if I'm getting all the names wrong, they're just filtering through. Yeah, and just the appreciation for either the desire for you to go out and do it, or maybe just expand your repertoire. Maybe vegetables consist of peas and carrots for you, and you want to start eating, a few more fruits and vegetables. Maybe you're married to someone who has such a varied taste in food, and you just always want to go to the same restaurant. So, it can bring about changes and improvements that way. And the moles, like, oh my gosh, it breaks my heart when I see we've let DDT back into the province.
Not DDT. Strychnine.
Is it strychnine?
Strychnine. Yeah.
Okay.
For the
Anyways,
gophers. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just the burrowing and the aerating of the soil and the things that the little critters do for gardening is just so vitally important, and they're treated so horribly. So I'm really hoping these remedies can help to equalize that for them. So yeah.
It's such a great combination to have something like both of those aspects, from the how we get food to making the food and then enjoying the food, because I mean it's a complete cycle, right? And some of us respect version or parts of that cycle, not necessarily the whole cycle. And I think it's kind of a good way to show us that the entire cycle is equally important, not just enjoying the meal at the end, right? There's all the stuff at the beginning that's probably more important actually than the meal itself. So it's neat to see it all in a big package. Yeah.
Yeah. And when we're making remedies, we always we read books, we go to different events and experiences. We watch documentaries or things, on YouTube. We watch documentaries about food in the 40s and 50s and what families used to live off of. And, when people say food is expensive, when you think about how we could be eating, whether if it's just, oatmeal and potatoes and apples and milk as opposed to all of this other food, I think it is possible to eat healthy diets for an affordable way. And I think that it's right and fair that the people who grow these foods should be, paid for doing the thing that's most important. I think what's probably out of balance is how much we think we should be paying for food and the types of food that we're wanting to consume that probably are not the best for us. But don't worry about that when you're using Cabernet. Just think about it when you're using vinaigrettes. Anyways.
I just keep thinking when that would make such a wonderful housewarming gift, the pair of it.
Yes, I'm hoping, I think that would be beautiful, or even as a gift, if you're going to someone's place for Thanksgiving. And instead of a bottle of wine or instead of flowers, you could present them with that. I think it would be lovely too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, this is number 12, $70 or $10 off tonight. $89 or $10 off, or the pair would be $129.
And what's that one scented with, or what oil is in that one?
This one is lemon, oregano, and basil. Yeah. So this little treasure trove. So this is I've always loved little things that you can just open up. So this is a charm necklace. This is $29. How do we find it on the camera? And it just opens up on the side. And we're going to be offering little tiny charms. So the idea is, as you do remedies and you do the classes, you can collect them. So we have a little, where do I need to do it? A little wine glass and a little tiny lemon. Oops. Well, we can't close the computer without getting that one out. Anyway, so yeah, so $29 for this, $9 for each of the charms. We're doing the set tonight for $39 a sale price. So you would get the lemon charm, the wine charm, and the regular charm for the $29, or sorry, the $39 for all of it. I'm sorry, I'm not quite Vanna White yet, guys. We'll get there. Okay. Now we have another giveaway. First one to type your favorite jam into the chat. Your favorite jam. I don't have my chat open. I'm not seeing anything. Do you want the charms too, Samantha? Oh, that's Christoph. So, and what you get is a jar opener. So this is crocheted again, handmade.
A jar opener.
Yes, to open your
Oh.
jam. So, did anyone labradorite jam? Do tell. Is that a thing, April? Well, I don't know, but she's the first one to type something in, isn't she? Or did someone type in earlier, Christoph?
Oh,
Oh,
she's
jam.
yeah.
Well, you can. Thank you, April. Yes, you can have it. Wonderful. Okay. So we used to make these 2 hours, and I thought we could get it into an hour, but if you're time for you to leave and you have to, thank you for joining us. I think we should just go on for a few of the other products. Does that work? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So now Taurus. So we've just been releasing the Zodiac line, and it's so mind-blowing. And these remedies again started years ago, and it just didn't feel like I had to get them all 12 of them out, right? And Samantha again just so patiently, and she's like, Jacqueline, whenever you have time, we can just maybe start the Zodiac. And we missed January and we missed February. And she's like, really, the Zodiac starts with Aries. And so finally we got out Aries, partway through Aries. And then next, we've recently released Taurus, which I'm so excited about as a Taurus. And it fits in with the aggro remedies that we're doing. It fits in with the vinograttes, and there's just cows all over the place, and I'm absolutely loving it and loving to have a more intimate relationship with bovines lately. So with the Taurus remedy, Samantha's been doing a lot with the Bach flower remedies, and we're really wanting to introduce them through the zodiac classes for people because it's such a phenomenal system of healing, and there's so much benefit. And I got started with Bach flower remedies decades ago, and they were just so important for different things for me. So without further ado, Samantha.
So thank you for in the intro. For the Bach flowers, I did a bunch of research, I got a bunch of books, and consensus say that gentian is the number one Bach flower remedy for Taurus. Um, Gentian is good for anyone who's feeling doubt or despondency. Gentian will help develop optimism, and trust that all is working according to plan. It helps someone know that no obstacle seems too great and no task too daunting to undertake. It helps the Taurus realize that there is no such thing as failure when one is doing one's best, no matter what the results. So once you feel like there's going to be no failure, and once you understand that there's nothing that you can't undertake, and that when you know everything's going according to plan, wow, like how wonderful would that be? Um, yeah, and no matter what the results are, because it's just whatever's going to happen is it according to plan. Um, Also doing further research, a Taurus would also benefit from oak, century, and chestnut bud. But we'll talk about century specifically, because I believe you're pairing it today for a combo if
I
somebody.
am, but we actually have all of them. So if anyone wants to do any two of like if you are prepared and want to talk about all four of them, by all
Okay.
means.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I think out of all the zodiac blends, this one had four Bach flowers that it would be supportive of. So far, that has the most. So oak helps you be reliable and dependable, but helps you know when you need to take a break. And to help those who are plodding on regardless, which could lead to exhaustion. So, do you know any Tauruses who work to that extreme?
And I got Samantha's text, not gonna lie, it was like, stop what I'm doing. And I'm like, I need to make a bottle of it now. And then I went and I had about 6 bottles missing out of my collection, and 3 of them were the ones for the Taurus remedy. So I pulled them out like in the last, month or so. But obviously, wherever I'm at in the house when I'm taking them, and had no idea. And I'm like, Samantha, as soon as I can get my stuff together, I'm making this remedy because I need it so bad. It's been phenomenal. Just in the couple days I've been using it, like, wow.
Century is another Bach flower, and it can help someone not be weak-willed and help someone not be taken advantage of. So Tauruses tend to overdo it. They're loyal, dependable, they're stable, and they have an innate need to serve. And so that can lead opportunities for people to take advantage of. So Century would help a Taurus, anybody, but especially Tauruses with supporting of that. And chestnut bud. Um it helps Taurus or anyone learn from past experiences. Um yeah. So whether you are a Taurus or not, in terms of the Bach flowers, if you've ever felt small uh setbacks having a devastating effect, if you're easily discouraged, and simply you just want to give up when you meet unexpected difficulties, if you have disappointments that cause feelings of dejection, or depression to the point where, it's more than just a disappointment. If you react quickly to skepticism with skepticism, so you won't be disappointed later. And if you've ever felt lack of faith because you're have feelings of insecurity, those all those, or the blend would be great, or any of one of those Bach flowers would be supportive for you.
Thank you,
Super.
Samantha. So
Thanks. Yeah.
on Wednesday night, we've been doing these zodiac classes. And so we've just been like, even in the last 24 hours since, I guess, a week ago, we started and then had another class on it last night. For anyone who loves these remedies and wants to join in on classes, you can inquire about that as well. And we were talking about cows and cow stomachs. And we were talking about how they digest and regurgitate and digest and regurgitate. And I think the thing about a Taurus is, if you don't achieve perfection, you're kind of like a bull in a china shop. Like, you can either focus and like really put your heart and mind and soul into it and achieve something great, or you can just be kind of klutzy about it. So when a Taurus presents you with something, the amount of detail and work and energy and love, like, they have given it everything they've had. And if you look at it from a stomach perspective, it's gone through like 4 regurgitations and redos, or maybe 400 by the time it gets to you. So if someone doesn't like it or someone doesn't respond to it right away, it is a major, it might be a minor setback, but it's not to a Taurus, because you've already gone the distance and put so much into getting it to that point. So
Right.
I really like what you said about that and using that to balance a Taurus. The other thing, the first one with the gentian, that I found really interesting is that cows can walk upstairs, but they cannot walk downstairs. They're not biologically, like, the mechanism in the way they walk. It's very difficult, or they can't do it. And I thought about how Tauruses are always striving for achievement, and they basically only know how to go up, like, how to achieve greater heights, how to make something better. And I just thought about the nature of cows not being able to go downstairs, and it just sort of made this, like, wow kind of sense. So,
Very interesting connection there. Yeah.
but like, what Samantha also said that I love is just because you're not a Taurus doesn't mean you don't need this remedy.
Right.
This remedy, like we all are going through a Taurus spell and a Taurus season where we're dealing with other Tauruses. And when you're tuning into the zodiac during the month, how did you put it, Samantha?
Oh, it gives like the zodiac line in itself is celestial help.
For like, you know how
Right.
everyone's like Mercury retrograde and let's deal with Mercury. No, let's deal with the freaking zodiac. We have a zodiac every single month. Let's make sure we can handle what's coming at us through the zodiac, right? So
Mm.
Right.
yeah. Already such profound insights with the Aries. And yeah, blew my mind.
Hmm.
And do you have one of these or can I show? So this is the combination. So any two, so regularly it is $18 dollars for the Bach flowers. So there's the four, there's the gentian, century, chestnut bud,
And
and
oak.
oak. So you can get any two for $29. Or you can we're doing these custom blends that we used to do when I was doing Bach flower practitioner. And for the blend, it is $29 for all four. So you're not getting the other tinctures, but it's all going into a pre-made bottle. You're getting a lot more and you can use it up to get the full combination blend. So that's $29 as well. That would be number 15, if anyone would like.
18?
15. $18 each, 29 for two, or else 29 for the
I
custom.
renumbered them, Samantha.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, mine says 18.
Samantha, you don't, yeah, in the future it'll be a little different. I'll
Okay,
try to do it. Yeah.
perfect. Thank you.
So with the Zodiac spray, so these are combination blends, so they're a little bit more than the regular Gems to Clothesline, but literally the amount of energy and channeling and combinations going into these. They all have blue celestite in them and copperite. Copperite because it's just, I mean, because if you can be copper, why not? Sorry, inside joke, but yeah. And so then Morganite is in here. These pair with the Vita Jewel in you Zodiac. So we are doing $40 for the spray, $10 for the Zodiac, or 43 if you want to buy them together and use them in your Inu bottle. And the scent with that is Mei Chang, and it's done with prickly pear and blueberry seed oil. And then we also have the roll-on. So this is such a cool new product we brought out. These are $24. And yeah, it's just, again, the oils, you can use them on your pulse points, use them on your temples. They're stronger, so whereas the sprays are very lightly scented, the roll-ons, I've been doing a perfumery course in Europe, so we've just been working with scent a little differently lately. All pure essential oils, mind you. And so that's $24. The Nat Sulf tissue salt is 15, or you can get both for $35. So this would be 17A, the roll-on, 17B, the tissue salt, or 17C would be the $35 combo price for both. And I don't know if we finally decided this or not, but Mel, maybe you are going to be doing tissue salts for us someday. Was it you who's been doing a lot with the tissue salts?
Baby steps, but yes.
So the tissue salts are just micro doses of minerals. They really help support your body when it's going through all the changes with the sprays in a given month. And yeah, so paired with that, water eliminator is the Nat Sulf, number 11. And
You called it a water eliminator? Is that what you said?
yes.
Hmm.
So if you suffer from edema or anything like that, it can help rebalance. Yeah. I'm wondering,
Very.
is that the right one or did I just pull the one off my desk? Because I thought it was the
It
acid
is
one.
it is the 11.
It is. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we talked about it and then I pulled it out and I've been taking it now too with all my other ones I'm taking.
So you can also, when any, like if your lips are dry, if your feet are cracked, if your skin is dry, that's the water balance in your body. So this can be so useful for that.
Yeah.
I also have that it's good for those who have diabetes. It helps to release toxins. It helps if you have an enlarged prostate, helps with liver, gallbladder, asthma, lung and respiratory, gout, rheumatoidism, constipation or diarrhea, which makes sense, if you have, with your water struggles. Yeah.
Interesting.
I swear, everyone could be healed just from tonight, just from these products tonight.
There you go. You're right.
I'm hearing 42%, 42% of all illness, just from this, guys. Okay, so we also have a little Taurus zodiac pendant. This is done in sterling silver with gold plating. How do we get it up for you to see? Sorry, losing all
It's
the
hard to
details.
focus in. Yeah.
Yeah, so these are $59 regularly, and if you buy them, we're pairing with a little 3 ml zodiac spray. So yeah. And that is number 18, according to Christoph, for the zodiac.
Those little charms are quite cute, aren't they? They have a little, that one has a little bull on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has a little bull and a little star, and I'm like, I don't care. I love them. I have to have one. So
Yeah.
that's how those came to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they're adorable. Yeah, they're adorable. Huh.
Yeah. So, yeah, any questions, comments, anything before we wrap up?
So if anyone wants to order after, how would we get a hold of you?
Good question. You can phone number 306 664 2299, 306 664 2299, or you can email us through the website. Probably we're going to try and figure this whole social media stuff out. Maybe we'll post it and give people a few days or a week to order. I don't know. This is all new for us. So
Right.
been doing a lot of the background stuff, but bringing it out to the public is just, yeah.
Just wonderful.
I do have a bit of a wish list here or a shopping list, but I feel like I've missed some item numbers and maybe the proper names. So I'll maybe I've tried to make notes as best I can, so I will reach out after just to confirm or we'll take it offline just because I've
Okay.
got some questions. I've missed stuff.
Okay, so we will stop the recording. Thank you, everyone. And yeah.
Thank you, Jack.